These are the names of these Anumila, Vinkta, Kavya. These are the names. So the background, analog to digital converters are widely used in electronic circuits. Flash ADC, highest conversion speed and latency, but it suffers from highest power dissipation, and uh, another thing is resolution is also less, right? And as component count of flash ADC increases, register count will also increase, which we have already discussed. Registers, comparators, latches, etc., etc. But the students has not gone up to that complexity level. They try to make it as simple as possible. So typical ADCs use uncompensated op-amps. These are made up of MOSFETs. Fine. So next slide, sir. Slide number 3. Okay, slide number 3 is literature survey. So literature survey I am going to skip since the students have done. So here you just need to concentrate on this. Someone has reported the area 0.012 and power consumption is 179 microvolts was the average power, and it was working at 1.8 volt power supply. So why this literature has been given? This has been given so that we can find out that what are the parameters in our mind which we need to concentrate. So here either one or more parameters out of these we just need to reduce so that our paper can be published. So the area was given 0.012 silicon area, and it was consuming 179 microwatts of average power while operating at input frequency of 10 megahertz, and the supply voltage was 1.8 volts. So supply voltage is fixed since we are working at 180 nanometer technology. If it is so, it is fixed. First thing. Second thing, if even if you are going to change it, it is fine. Then you have to show that how much frequency you are obtaining, how much is the power, and how much is the area. So that tuning can be done. Area, you can try to reduce the area. Fine. Maybe lower node transistors so that the power this 1.8 volt will also get reduced and the area will also get reduced. Then you have to concentrate on 179 microwatt average power. You have to look at this parameter. Another parameter is 10 megahertz was the operating frequency. So can you increase the frequency? Since we are working with i7 processors and so on, so we need higher speed, right? So can you increase this? And there are some other non-idealities as well. So apart from non-idealities, we have to focus these parameters also. These are to work. Those were the performance matrices. And apart from this, there is something called as sampling rate and SNR. Okay. So this is why what the students has concentrated on. Sir, next slide, please.
Slide number 4.
Yeah, abstract, slide number 4. So here the students aim to design a low power ADC that cuts down on static power dissipation by the flash ADC. So they have introduced the TMCC. TMCC stands for Threshold Modified Comparator Circuit. Threshold Modified Comparator Circuit is used so that you can directly get the thermometer code based output. For example, let us assume the total voltage is 1.8 volt. So 0 to 1.8 volt is your uh, am I audible, sir? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Audible.
Fine, sir. So threshold modified comparator circuit, as I told you earlier also, you can tune the threshold. So for example, 1.8 is the power supply. So just divide that into, if it is a 3 bit, then divide into in between 7 levels. Okay. So these 7 levels or 6 levels, whatever you want according to your requirement. So whatever the first bin is there, according to that, you set your threshold of uh, thermometer code I1 transistors code will be set according to threshold voltage will be set, and according to that the highest level will be approximately 1.5 threshold voltage, so that anything above that transistor will be active, that MOSFET will be active, and the output can be given. So in this fashion it will be working as a comparator. Sir, next slide please. Slide number 5.
Slide number 5.
So in the slide number 5, the design has been given. So they have the sinusoidal input, and then this has been given to the threshold modified comparator circuit, and from here it has been given to the encoder circuit, and they got the digital output. Sir, next slide please. So in this slide the implementation is there. So Cadence has black background, and unfortunately they have not changed it before their project submission. That's why the same images I am putting over here. So here you can see there is comparator made up of just an inverter, and then the output of these are given to the next level, and this is how you will get your implementation. Sir, next slide please. This is the TMCC cell on the next slide. I hope it is visible to all. So the next slide is TMCC cell. Slide number 7. Everybody is on the same page. Slide number 7. So this is the TMCC cell. So a threshold modified comparator. So this is the cell. This is going to work. There are two inverters, back-to-back inverters only. So whatever input is there, according to the threshold, that input is getting passed or not, that will be decided by this. Okay, back-to-back inverters means it is going to prepare a buffer circuit so that the output is corresponding to what was the input. Sir, next slide please. Slide number 8. So design parameters for TMCC has been taken, which are listed in this table. So in this table you can see the V in is V inverter is taken 0.5, 0.6, 0.7 up to 1.1 volt, and the width length of NMOS and PMOS has been listed for all of these. These length and widths has been used in this particular design, so that our design can outperform from the previous reported data. Okay, so likewise you can also tune the things here. Length and width, both of these are tuned, but generally length we should fix, because the length depends on the technology node. In the same chip we cannot provide n number of technology nodes. It is very difficult. So even though, because these were the huge students, so they tried their best with the same length, but they were not able to achieve good results. So that's why I allowed them to change the length and then find out whatever they can have. So that's why they change the length also. Okay, so next slide please. So in the next slide, slide number 9, we have slide number 9 is having the transfer characteristics. I hope it is visible to all. Slide number 9, is it visible? Am I audible? Say yes in the chat box if I am audible.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. So slide number, okay, thank you. I am audible. Fine, thank you. So transfer characteristics of TMCC, you can see according to the different threshold, you can see this switching line is setting different levels. I mean, somewhere it is very less and somewhere it is very high. So this is going to help us to compare the input. Means if this is the input is very low, it means this red even also will reject it. So it means this is corresponding to thermocode 0. I mean all thermocode outputs will be 0. If the input you are taking between this red and green line, it means only one will become on and others will not become on. So it is corresponding to thermocode 1. Okay. TMCC, Tanmay, TMCC stands for threshold modified comparator circuit. Yes, Gaurav has replied. Thank you, Gaurav. So TMCC is one way to prepare your flash ADC. There are different other techniques also people are using. Comparator is the critical thing in flash ADC. Okay. So TMCC is one kind of approach. There are n number of other approaches in research which has been already listed. Sir, next slide, please.
Number 10.
Slide number 10, sir.
Yes,
Slide
ma'am.
number 10 is again transfer characteristics of inverter, TMCC and inverter. So this has been given over here. The next slide, please.
Slide number 11.
Slide number 11, implementation of encoder. So once you got the thermometer code, you just need to put the inverter, thermometer code to the encoder. So this is how they have prepared the thermometer encoder. So this is going to encode and it is going to give us the digital output. I have taken just the block level diagram because the logic level or the transistor level was very complex and that was not even visible. That's why I have taken it. So, sir, next slide, please. Slide number 12. So this is the truth table C1 to C7. Everybody is able to see this slide number 12. Slide number 12 is seen by everyone. Say yes if it is so.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thanks. So here you can see C1, C2, C3 up to C7. Since this is a 3-bit converter, so here you will be having 0 to 2 raised to power n-1 thermometer codes. So this C1 to C7 are the thermometer codes according to I1 to I7, which we have yesterday discussed in the flash memory. Correct? Now, if all of these are zeros, what was our output? Our output was 0, 0, 0. If C1 is 1, it means your output is 0, 0, 1. And likewise, if the number of ones is equal to the corresponding digital output in terms of bits. Correct? So this is what you will be getting. You can prepare your logic function from this truth table and then you can put the encoder circuit. Those who are not able to see how you will prepare encoder, because this is nothing but priority encoder only. Okay, so this is simple logic only, right? So since you are going to convert into digital, so digital is not difficult, I told. So you just use whatever output function logics are given over here and you can just create the encoder. Sir, next slide, please. Slide number 12. 13, sorry. Slide number 13. So in the slide number 13, implementation of NAND gates is shown over here, whether it is 2 input, 3 input, 4 input, because whatever function we got from the truth table, we know we need the NAND gates and all. So these have all of these gates have been shown over here, that how those has been implemented. Sir, slide number 14.
Slide number 14.
Slide number 14. So slide number 14 is showing the delay introduced. So delay can be introduced. There can be a number of things because it is a circuit and circuit will introduce delay. So everything will not come on the same line. So you can see these are the delays introduced over here. And you can also see when you just see this, click the line, white line over there. This white line is going to tell which level is existing at what particular voltage level. So all these voltage levels are also written over here. For example, red is 1.35 volt, green is this much, and all. So this is simulated corresponding to one value. Next slide, sir. So in the next slide, slide number 15, delay timings are given, and the delay timings, maximum delay was found 0.73. You can calculate this delay from the simulations. So this is the time which entire ADC takes to settle down the output. We call that as settling time. Okay, and the sampling interval, you can say it should be 0.73, at least 7.3 or greater than that. If this is Nyquist sampling, so it should be this or greater than that. So the sampling can happen at 1.3 gigahertz corresponding to this particular timing value. Okay, next slide number 16, sir.
Slide number 16.
Yes, sir. So on the slide number 16, you can see that 10 megahertz frequency sinusoidal input was given, and the output, encoded output, was obtained in this fashion. So you can see very good output has been obtained corresponding to the 10 megahertz frequency, right? And if you will just convert this sinusoidal into sampled signals, if you will convert, you will see corresponding each and every interval, you will get the whatever digital output they will be having. Okay. If there is any query regarding this, you can type in the chat box. Sir, next slide, please. So in the next slide, the slide number 17. In the next slide, it is 45 megahertz frequency sinusoidal input, and you can see the corresponding output has been obtained in this fashion, which is really very good. Okay. Sir, next slide, please.
18.
So slide number 18, you can see 60 megahertz frequency was given as the sinusoidal input. So here you can see there are some glitches in the input, output. Digital output is having some glitches. Okay, so actually this frequency is a little bit faster, and the circuit is not capable to do good, A to D conversion of 60 megahertz frequency as sinusoid input. So it should be used below 60 megahertz so that we can get better response, and we can get good output. Okay, sir, slide number 19, comparison of results.
Slide number 19.
Slide number 19, comparison of results. Everybody, you can see slide number 19, comparison of results. So say yes if any one of, yeah, thank you. So comparison of results. This is very important to compare your results and to claim that whatever you have done, that is better than the reported work. This is the key of your papers. Research papers should have this comparison of results with the previous presented data. Okay, so these were the references with the help of Mukherjee, which is second number, Mosami Das, 5 number, and the year was presented 2012-2015. Technology node is also given, 180 nanometer for them and 45 nanometer by Ms. Das. And then the supply voltages correspondingly, and what was the sampling rate. So you can see the sampling rate of the proposed ADC, which is done by NIT Trichy students, is the highest one, 1.3 giga bits per second. Okay, and the operating frequency, they found the operating frequency up to 48 megahertz, it is working well. I have not shown all the frequencies which they were simulating and operating, because otherwise results may go weird. You might have seen similar kind of output for n number of simulated outputs. So that's why up to 48 megahertz the circuit was working fine, and as you have seen for 60 megahertz it was going to give glitches. So even lower than that it is going to give not good output. So we have just neglected that. And then the previous reported data you might have seen, they have Mukherjee has done up to 15 megahertz, while Miss Das has done up to 100 kilohertz. Okay, so these were the operating frequencies for those. Okay, then you have to provide some future work also. This future work may include whatever you want according to your research. Whatever you want you can put in future work, so that your work can be carried forwarded by the research community. For example, if you are an MTech student and you have done some work, so transfer your knowledge to your junior and ask him or her to continue that work, so that they will give you credit also, and your work can be taking better shape, because your supervisor is there to guide. So that will keep on guiding, and you will also get one paper or whatever when the results are good. It might be possible that for 6 months you cannot get good results, so that paper can be published in a good journal or like that. Fine. So next slide, please. So
Slide
these are
number
the references which the students have taken into consideration while implementing this project. So I have completed this case study 2 from my side,